Hello, it's me. It's your boy. I'm Red. I am pretty deeply sleep deprived right now, and I've been staring at my own artwork for days on end. So I decided today I was going to do something a little different. I'm going to work on a little bit of fan art. I'm going to try and recreate this, and I'm going to try and be pretty close with it. The texturing, not so much. That I'm not going to replicate because I'm not going to sit and make these textures. But the actual like creature, I'm going to try and make this just as a little test. I really like the idea for this creature, and I think it's something that I might want to reference in the future. But ultimately, I just want this to be like a test of my skill. So that's what I chose to do today. This is a Dimenian, I think is what it's called, from Phantasy Star. I've been playing a lot of Phantasy Star lately, like a crazy amount. Just got back into Phantasy Star Online 2, and kind of considering streaming it, not sure. But yeah, so we're here. I played Phantasy Star Online 2. I'm just going to jump into this, by the way. I'm sure that doesn't need to be said, but I'll say it just in case. Yeah, so I got into Phantasy Star Online 2. I mean, I've been into Phantasy Star Online my whole life. Anybody who follows me on any of my accounts should know that. But I got into 2 a couple years ago on the Japanese servers. And I've basically just been on those Japanese servers until recently. And then I switched over to the Epic Game Store version. And let me tell you what, starting over from scratch is not that bad. I was kind of expecting it to be like the worst experience of my life, but it's honestly not that bad. And if I seem like I've already lost my mind, I feel like I have. So, happy to be here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to build out just this shape of this body. We're going to extrude the legs, extrude the arms, you know, all the normal stuff. But we're going to build out this shape first. So, the way that I see this working is we're going to do a couple of different cuts on the body here. But mainly, we want to poke this guy out. In fact, it might even be better. No, we'll poke that one out. I'll push up top to get the shape that we want. So we're just jumping right in, you know? There's no reason to stall, I think. Actually, now that I am looking at this, I think I want to do it slightly differently. So I'm gonna put 2 little guys there. 2 guys here. We're going to do this. I'm going to put a guy in the middle of them. And these 2 are going to come forward and get really close together. And ideally, I should be able just to do this and build a face. And it looks like I did. Perfect. Cool. So this is going to be our, like, nose thing. Whatever that is. Whatever you want to call that. I feel like there's probably a much easier way for me to be doing this right now, but like I said, fully sleep deprived at this point. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to extrude along normals, and we got a little Pinocchio nose. The problem with this is the bottom edge is going to have to follow. So I'm starting to think this was a pretty bad idea. You know what? I can live with it. That's fine. Because at best case scenario, we can now do this. We're going to have problems no matter what we do. So we're going to do that, and then it's going to come down to here. So that's the little crick in the nose. This guy, we're going to merge all of these at center, and that's going to be our front-facing point. Just like that. And I'll have to build out a little bit to put into here, but that's fine. Yeah, this is gonna work just fine. It's like a little witch's nose. Just like that. Okay, cool. So it bends down. It looks like there is a break on the arm here. So I'm gonna make that right now. So we're gonna put one there, one here. These guys can get a J. These guys can get a J. J all the way across. Actually. Oh, I'm getting a call from Indiana. I wonder what people from Indiana want me to do right now. Can't imagine it's that big of a deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my jacket so it doesn't make those vibration noises. I can almost guarantee they're calling about my car's extended warranty that I've heard so much from them about. Okay, if I go X-ray, there is a face right here. And I want to J it with that. And I want to J it with this. And that looks pretty solid. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. So now I'm going to... The back of this kind of just falls off. So I think I'm willing to go for that. And I might even just say that's it for the back of it. So let's go J. Yeah, I might say this is it. So let's go ahead and... Well, no, we'll worry about that later. This is fine. This will do. We're going to have to poke a hole and everything through that anyway. So let's just get the basic shape down before we get obsessed. Because I will definitely get obsessed soon. Okay, so it definitely looks like we want to cut this in half. I was debating it earlier, but now is the time. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. We're going to do the same thing on the back for some reason. And we should be building out a little boy. I probably jumped the boat, like, rendering all of the subdivisions first, but who cares, right? It ain't that big. So that's the up, that's the down. 1, 2, 3 on all sides. So yeah, I've been playing a crazy amount of Phantasy Star Online. I really got into it. Maybe I want to say like 4 years ago. I got like hardcore into it, and then just fell off. It just became too much of like a chore, and having to go through the Japanese client and everything was pretty frustrating. I felt like I wasn't really playing with anybody I knew. It was sort of just hanging out. And so I took a break from it. Now that it's in the Epic Games Store, I decided to jump in on there. No real reason I did that instead of Steam. I just kind of felt like that was the one. And I went for it. And man, I've been playing that game for probably about 10 hours so far. I already have 2 level 35s and 4 level 15s. Takes nothing. It takes no time at all. It's like the easiest game ever. It's crazy. Also, why is this guy so burly? Why does he look like this? I didn't realize how skinny these guys were until this very moment. Okay, so we're gonna have to sit and really twist this shape up, I think. Okay, so there's like a full line here. Let's get rid of this. Let me dissolve that. Dissolve this. I'm gonna use a bevel to break this down, I think. Because he's basically got like the most cinched waist you've ever seen. It just comes in. It just does that. Right? Now, you might be saying, why do I not have a bunch of pictures to reference this thing? I looked. There's not a lot of pictures of this guy. This is a pretty hard thing to find on the internet. It's one of those things that just kind of existed before, you know, we were cognizant of archiving information. It's amazing too, because the resources for this game were pretty awesome for their time. Phantasy Star World, shout out to Phantasy Star World. Those guys are like killer, and they were way ahead of their time when it came to like setting up a server and like adminning all this sort of stuff. But still, I mean, there's only so much you can do. Also, it probably doesn't need to be that large. I feel like the whole thing could get squished just a little bit. There we go. And now I can grab these two and pull them up, and we're gonna start building out that shape. So everything comes way in with like 2 angles. So I'm gonna put one of these guys in, and we're gonna bring all of that in. We'll say right about there is fine. And then I'm gonna try and grab everything on the bottom here, and it doesn't want to work. So we're gonna do it like that. And we're gonna go super cinched in waist there. And the resolution like ends right there, so that's where the main like bevel is gonna be. Okay, perfect. So we're working with what is generally the shape that we're gonna want. Let's go ahead and grab these two, and I'm gonna squeeze these guys together. That looks a little bit better. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop up the shoulders now. And that, we should start seeing a shape come together now. So I'm gonna want Simo. Hey Simo, how you been? You caught me during one of our weirdest sketches. Okay, we'll go ahead and push all of this down. Down a little bit more. Oh, there we go. Hey, that's starting to look like something. Okay, so I think I want to cut this in half. I'm gonna ignore topology for a little bit, because boy, do I not have the wherewithal to think about that right now. Instead, we want to cut the arm in half. You've been at your parents' house. Did you do that for holiday, or what made you head over there? I don't know if you all celebrate Easter. I feel it's hard. I think Easter could be a weirdo like American holiday, or I feel like it could be just an old traditional whatever. It kind of goes both ways. Over here, it's been kind of just turned into corporate nonsense, so I tend not to pay it too much mind. But it could be like a traditional holiday, and I'm not sure. Okay, so if I do this, we can make some shoulders. In fact, now that I'm looking at it, this guy is 100% connected to that. Not celebrating Easter. Okay. That's kind of what I thought. I feel like Easter lasted 20 years this year. Easter was like so long this year. My mom bought me Easter candy a while ago. Wait, when is Easter? Am I dumb? Is Easter like forever ago? Hold on. Easter. I feel like people are just talking about Easter. April 4th. Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. Yeah, my mom bought me Easter candy like recently, or yeah, like way before Easter even came around. It was like, okay. She just showed up and she had Easter candy. Now I was like, all right, I guess we have Easter candy now. And then I promptly ate all of it and felt real bad. Just hadn't seen them in a long time, so I took a bit of a longer trip home. That's awesome. Well, good. I hope you had a nice time. Do they live very far away from you, or what keeps you from seeing them? Okay, I'm gonna wait on the arms, just because I'm kind of seeing an issue. I have to make this piece right here. I'm not stoked about that. I'm just now realizing I gotta make a weird little crotch piece. That's fine. Okay, let's master these elbows first. So everything comes up on the back like that. And then this is gonna come down to here. That looks really strange. I think that looks better like that, and then that can come down here. Sure, we'll do it just like that. We do celebrate it here too. I am just not religious. I don't blame you. I'm not either. My mom is somewhat religious. She believes in, like, you know, the powers that be and stuff like that, but there's no real, like, religion. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and extrude just the beginnings of the arms, just because I keep getting close to them and I want to see where they are. COVID restrictions has kept me from traveling too much, so I haven't seen them that much. Got it. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that you got the opportunity. Seems like that was very important to you. Like, I think some of us have been taking COVID for granted, and I say some of us, and I'm not sure who I mean by some of us, but you know, it's strange to think about COVID as sort of like a secondary whatever. Also, I'm realizing I made a grave mistake here. Hey, Beryl? Beryl, you feeling any better? You doing all right? That's going to be 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So the first part comes out, then it straightens. Beryl, if you haven't met Simo, Simo is our resident awesome 3D modeler. Simo is the one who basically taught me everything. So, you know, much love to Simo. That's kind of just a straight shot up. I'm starting to think maybe we want to connect these guys. No hangover. That is impressive, given how it seemed on my end yesterday. It seemed like you were kind of in the midst of dying. So good on you for not having a hangover. So I'm gonna remove those. Instead, I'm gonna push these guys up just a little bit. Simo, you've missed a little bit. Let me save this real quick. I'll give you a little tour. What did we miss? I did a character. Yeah, it was a little nutty for sure. Okay, what do we want to show off? I did a bunch of little things. But the biggest one for you is going to be this guy. I made this guy. And he is excellent. As a Finn, those are rookie numbers. Oh, we got competition now. Okay, so I made this. Obviously doesn't process super well just because cycles and whatever, but yeah. He's good. I love him. What does he look like in Eevee? This is gonna look real bad, isn't it? You know, just, I had to do it, right? Oh, it actually processes super well, except for the background. Yeah, I mean, it's not the most glorious thing I've ever seen. But it's good. I like it. Alright, back to the boy. We don't need that. Alright, tell you what. I keep looking at this in a weird way. I just want to pull this back and forward and down. You only weigh 51 kilograms. What is 51 kilograms in pounds? I know I'm American scum and all that. We should be using kilograms. I completely agree. But I just don't know them off the top of my head. If somebody would not mind translating 51 kilograms to pounds for me, I would be in your debt. Also, looking at this, I'm looking at the way that this little spike guy works, and I'm going to go ahead and just presume a little guy right there. Actually, I think I can do... No. Oh no, we can do this much easier. We don't know silly units. Honestly, I barely know them either. There's no reason that we use them. Every single American, like even Republicans who are the most, 112 pounds? What on earth? How tall are you? That's nuts. That's so small. I could pick you up and throw you. I bet your joints feel amazing. Oh no, now you're giving me centimeters. All right, you did me a solid. I'll do this one a solid. 175 centimeters in feet. You're pretty tall. How do you weigh so little? Are you like skin and bone? You doing okay? That's nuts. You're so small. You need like I don't know what you need. I'm surprised you drink that much. Holy cow. That's crazy, man. I weigh at this point in my life, I weigh 190 pounds. So just to put that into perspective, I'm huge. I'm a very large man. Also, given the way that this is shaped, I think we can fully dissolve these two. I might need to correct that later, but for the time being, that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna bridge these together. Perfect. And now we're starting to get a little something. Alright, I'm gonna pull this down. Also, I'm realizing how brash my response there was. I hope you're not self-conscious of your size. I think being smaller is usually a little bit better. Because you run into a lot less medical problems when you get older. I understand that there's people who are obsessed with vanity and stuff like that, but, man, if I could not feel the way I do, that would be pretty cool. So I hope that didn't come across the wrong way. I didn't mean to be so brash about that. But I hope you are healthy. That much is gonna remain true. Do we want to do it like this? And I guess I can use that to build my curve. Yeah, for sure. Very skin and bone. I do not have an eating disorder. I just burn calories at an insane rate for some reason. Well, good on you for recognizing and all that sort of stuff. There's my brother and me skit about a guy who was very underweight, and his doctor told him to go to a CC's Pizza and gorge himself. Highly recommended skit if you're into my Bim Bam and all that sort of jazz. If you don't know my Bim Bam, wow. Sorry to be the person who tells you this, but they're great. What a wonderful podcast they have. Yeah, you'll love the CC's Pizza bit. It'll fit perfectly into your life. Okay, so we're looking at this. I can sit and work on this a little bit, but I think I know what we're doing, so I'm gonna call it for a sec. Instead, I want the nose to crick. So let's do this real quick. My friend is like that too. He eats like a horse and weighs nothing. That was also me up until I turned like 23. 23 was the moment that I like became old. Once I was 23, it was over. Like the fun was done. I couldn't eat what I wanted anymore. That's actually what happened to me this morning. I woke up this morning and I was like, "Oh, I feel so sick." I ate a single like serving of ice cream. I ate like a third of one of those Ben & Jerry little pints of ice cream, and I woke up feeling like miserable. 23 equals old, oh dear. I'm not 23 anymore. I'm well over 23 at this point, but that's the moment that it started. That was just the turning point. I think we're gonna have to do it like this. I'm just kind of going off of feeling right now with this. We're just really going off of feeling on this guy. Actually, I also want to do this. On both sides. Is there a hole on the bottom of them? Why is there a hole? Where'd that come from? There we go. This guy's looking built. Okay, so he needs a little bit of spikes. Like that. And I think that looks just about right. I think this guy goes down. It's pretty straight on. It's hard to tell. These guys can go down if that one goes down. Perfect. Now we're going. When are you supposed to start feeling old? What's the point at which people are like, I'm old now? It's so weird that Twitch mobile app pauses whenever you lock the screen. What do you mean, the sound? Because if you're closing your phone, like, that makes sense to me. Okay, that's going to come forward, and then this one's going to scale way back. I would like to be more massive, but I am not insecure about it. That's good. I can go ahead and guarantee you, when you get older, you will 100% gain weight. You might be skinny for the rest of your life, and that's fine. But you're definitely going to gain weight a little bit. It's inevitable. I've never met a human being who, like, got skinnier without something else going on, like smoking or anything like that. I won't get into details. I don't want to sell people out or anything like that. But I've never seen anybody like just continually get like smaller and smaller. People always gain weight as they get older. So if it suits you, that's good. It doesn't play in the background like YouTube for me. Your YouTube plays in the background? What kind of YouTube are you rocking? YouTube for me is like, if I don't look at my phone, it sends me an alert being like, we're going to shut down everything you've ever worked on because you're not paying attention to us. YouTube's like so defensive as an app. Alright, I'm going to say that's looking pretty solid. A better YouTube? What do you mean by that? Okay. I'm a little bit worried about how we're going to bevel this guy out. I'm like really thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't know if we're going to be able to bevel this guy too much. But we'll get there when we get there, I suppose. Nice and slim. Okay. So we got a general shape. Let's go ahead and build out these weird blade hands. They just come forward. They just come straight out of the socket. Yeah. Okay. Boom and boom. And we're going to go ahead and just go for it. Simo, I think something that you missed that is very significant to me, but probably not to most other people, is I finally beat Pyre. It took forever. It was the wildest, longest playthrough of a game I've ever done, but we're finally done. Barrels was there for a lot of it. Barrels fell asleep during one of those streams, so... you know, there's that. It's about how compelling, you know, the game half of my streams usually end up going. Which has been something I've been thinking about a lot lately. I've been thinking about scaling back on the games more and more. I've been trying to figure out how I want to do it. Yeah, it's about time, honestly. Yeah, I've been thinking about how I want to stream games, or if I even want to stream games and stuff like that. I like playing games. It's a big part of who I am and what I'm trying to accomplish and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. I am trying out Unreal. When am I going to stream it? The problem with me streaming Unreal... I do want to stream Unreal, for sure. The problem with me streaming it is I'm worried about intellectual property. I'm streaming stuff that's pretty close to the root of what I'm working on. And not that I don't want people to see what I'm working on, but I just don't know how fast I'll be able to make games right now. And I have this weird, like... I don't know what you would call it. Like, I have this weird, like, fear of somebody just, like, taking my idea and making it better than I could. Not that that would ever happen, but that's just something I've always had in me. I'm writing a book right now, and me writing the book, I've always felt that way about. I'm, like, very scared to tell people about it. I know that that is very illogical. But so that's the only real fear I have about doing it on stream. So I'm just coming up with creative ways to like show pieces of what I'm working on without it being like a full-on thing. Cigar smoke makes me physically sick. I want some blue into my face at a bus stop. Almost left my breakfast on the pavement. I also hate cigarette smoke. This is kind of a telling story, so I'll say it quickly. Sorry to my mom, who probably doesn't want me to tell this story. I was born with asthma because my dad smoked when I was in the womb. And it took a little bit for me to get over it, but eventually I got over it. It was a type A, so I got out of it. But ever since then, smoking is just like really skitsy to me. It just makes me feel really weird. Every time people smoke around me, I'm just like, ugh, can you not? Those hands don't look big enough. I am writing. I've been working on a series of books for a long time at this point. I started writing them when I was 23, right when I started feeling like an old person. But I haven't been taking them super seriously until I turned 26. And from there, it's just kind of been on and off. Honestly, let's move this. We'll say 0.7, which means you have to move negative 0.7. The book that I'm writing is hopefully going to be very interesting for people. It's my writing process, not that anybody has ever asked for my writing process, but my writing process is very iterative. I get very bored of like conventional writing. So all of my stories, it's not like guy has to do X, the end. It's very like Lord of the Rings, where it's like this character wants this, and this character wants this, and this character wants this, and at the end, you get a resolution. Either this guy accomplishes it, and this guy doesn't, and this guy does, and this guy doesn't. And so everything becomes very compounded in my writing. I find it a lot more compelling, a lot more fun for me to write that way. It keeps me from just like, I don't know, coasting. Like we have talked about, there is no original idea, so does it really matter if somebody else uses your idea? If you were just genuine and create good stuff, it'll be whatever comes out on top. That's a hard one for me to answer, honestly, Simo. I think that's not true for me. The reason I say that... Also, I'm realizing I think I messed this up. I think I really messed this up. That's okay. I think I can just salvage it. The reason I say it's not true is because I'm writing some extended fiction. I'm writing things that I'm going to be iterating upon for a long time. So this first book that I'm writing, there's 2 sequels to it immediately. The game that I'm making is related to that. Then I have an idea for a game after that. And so if somebody steals one of them and they sort of claim it, I can't just move on to the next project. The next project is related to this project. They're all tied into each other, unfortunately. Which is very satisfying as a writer. It's just also very anxiety-inducing. It's not the best thing to do to yourself if you just want to make things. The more weight you put on yourself as a creator, the worse your creations are going to be. But it is something that I believe in, so I'm just going for it nonetheless. Beryl, you'd love to read some. You know, I think I'm going to reach a point in my writing where I'm going to want input from people. I'm not sure where I'm at for that yet. I'm about 2/3 of the way done with my first book. It's been a real process. I'm getting there. I'm pretty close to the end. And once I get to the end, I guess I'm going to be starting like the publication process. I'm going to be talking to publishers. I'm just going to be like, please, 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 make this. I'd love to sell it. So I suppose at that point, I'd be pretty into having people read my writing. So I'll keep you on my list. Is that going to be right? This looks about right. So, how we got here in the first place. When am I going to be streaming Unreal? I think I'd like to start maybe in like a week or two. I just got to figure out what I'm doing and how I'm going to sell the idea that I'm pretty bad at it. Like, at the end of the day, game design is game design. I don't think it's going to be like quote-unquote unwatchable or anything like that. I think I'm actually somewhat decent at game design. I understand like game theory. I understand like deep facets of level design. I just don't know like the practical toolbox part of things. So you know, it'll be just like Blender. I'll just be like a dumb idiot on stream for a little bit, and we'll just go for it. If someone steals... Oh, wait, no, I already read that one. Most of my work is in Czech, but I do have some projects in English. So, what do you mainly write about? What's your go-to? What's your like type of writing? This guy needs to be just wider. There we go. There we go. That looks pretty solid all of a sudden. And these guys can all come in just a little bit because I can't bear to look at that. Sci-fi, fantasy, action stuff. Pretty much. My writing very much revolves around like coding, like trauma and stuff as fantasy elements. I'm very into like symbolic fiction. It's very important to me. It's what I grew up with. So everything is like deeply connected with whatever else it is. All right, let's go for the legs. It's leg time. Let's just dig right in. I'm gonna go ahead and pop out. The belly comes in. The belly actually comes all the way into here. I've been using Unreal lately too. I plan to do some kind of platformer game to showcase 3D assets as a portfolio piece. So I had an idea for a platformer that I was originally going to start learning with, and I ditched it for the idea that I'm working on now. But I still have the idea for the platform hidden in my code somewhere, hidden in my weird little archive. So maybe I'll make a platformer one day. But platformers, very interesting, very weird ideas for games. When you really stop and think about a platformer, like, I can't believe that's it. Hey, Fun Pro Gamer, thank you so much. You're always coming in clutch. I hope your Uncharted and all your editing stuff is going well. Not your editing, but your scheduling. You have an editor. I still can't believe you have an editor. I'm so jealous of that. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna just start digging in. I've been kind of playing it safe for a little bit while I've been talking, but I think it's time to stop doing that. I think it's time just to dig in. Let's just have a go. 6 more done today. What the heck are you doing, man? Why would you be doing it like that? You're crazy. I guess I can't talk. I just posted like, or I just scheduled out like 6 Pyre episodes to be released this week, so I get it. I totally get it. Gosh, these angles are insane. Why have they made this like this? Okay. I can definitely feel my sleep deprivation kicking in right now. But we're gonna power through this. I need this guy comes in and then back out. So we're gonna do 2 of these. Back out. And we're gonna splay it out just a little bit and come down. And that means that this part also splays out. Fun Pro Gamer, are you doing this full time, or is this like a passion project of yours? Your emote has been approved. Hell yeah. Yo, that's so cool. Look at that. Looks just like the game we were playing yesterday. That weird game we were playing. Passion project? Totally. Good on you. Good on you. Well, you said you support me, I support you. Whatever you need, you let me know. I'm always looking out for you, man. What are we gonna do about this center line? This center line dips. Oh, just like that. Just like that. That's it. Perfect. We're here. We're back. And if we have it shaped like this, I think it's not a far cry to say that we dissolve these guys into a real face instead of this nonsense, not a face. Real face. Yep, that's perfect. All right, let's go for it. So that is that flat back face. Man, they used a lot of bad geometry back in the day. Hey, Simo, do you know why old games use this, like, chunky look to them? I know it's to keep it low poly, but, like, you would expect things to be a little bit more squared, not so pointy. Like, this, it's so abrupt, and everything looks like this from the GameCube era. Do you want me to introduce you to my editor? No, it's okay. I think I have a lot more that I need to work on, like, presentation-wise, before I'm gonna consider YouTube like a full gig or anything like that. I still have a lot to learn about, like, what makes me interesting and why I'm streaming in the first place. For right now, the only reason I'm really streaming is just to talk to people. I love talking to all of you, and motivating myself to get work done. If it weren't for this stream, I can't imagine I would be nearly as productive as I am now. So appreciate it. I appreciate people are willing to hang out with me while I just kind of do things. This is probably the energy that I'm going to keep for the remainder of my streaming career, whatever that ends up being. But I appreciate you letting me know if they want extra stuff in the future. They made those triangular designs as triangle is the smallest possible polygon. Okay, so here's a question that I probably should already have had the answer to. Yeah, so when you're processing... Thank you so much, bro. Very nice. So, dumb question. If I am rendering a... Oh, man, how am I going to do this? We're going to want, like... Oh, I'm going to have to sit and look at this for a sec. No, it actually spikes out. So the spike comes in and it goes down, which is awful. It means I have to make more geometry. Yep, we have to make more geometry. Good God. Okay. Ugh, this is disgusting. Okay, so dumb question. When I make a rectangle, it technically takes twice the processing power than a triangle? Because I did not realize that. Okay, so if I extrude along normals... Yo. This is going to be bad. Let's push you over by... Actually, we don't need to worry about pushing. Let's not push. To put it very simply, yes. So the advantage that you get from quads is exclusively their like shading and how easy they are to work with. He is a little bit bow-legged, isn't he? But not really. Polycount doesn't matter that much nowadays. I get that, but something matters. Like, something has to matter. And I'm trying to figure out what it is. I didn't look. It's going to be negative 0.4, and this one's going to be 0.4. I know materials are like the thing that are very super intensive nowadays, but I don't totally know why. Yeah, editing four-sided polys is easier and shading is predictable. Yeah, that much I can wrap my brain around. It's the like computational part of it that I don't really get. Also, I see exactly what we need to do here. This guy just needs to be pushed forward. Like that. Then you can be brought down just a little bit. Oh, we're here. We've done it. We've done it. Perfect. We're here. Looks kind of like a Gundam. I'm not loving that little piece up there, but then again, it is predictable on the right tries too. You just won't be able to edit / animate as easily. I get that. It's all very strange at the end of the day. Like, I think we're very privileged to live in a world where, like, there's just an editor like this, and I'm not having to sit and count all of the vertices and do vector math and, like, crazy nonsense. Subdivide hates everything not four-sided. Yeah, for sure. I was thinking about a lot of this with music the other day. Because music, obviously, near and dear to my heart. Like, in the music world, so much stuff is just taken for granted. But if you sit and, like, work in, let's say, like a tracker. Trackers are pieces of software where you literally, like, you're at code level and you're telling sequences when they're going to happen with which synthesizers, etc., etc. It's like, doing that's the only way to really fully control the music that you're making. But you would never do that because you would never get anything done. Even professionals would never do that because it's such a terrible waste of time for the sake of a little bit of control. No way. Why would they ever do that? That just serves no purpose to them. Also, if I look at this from the side, we're looking pretty good, honestly. We're looking really good. I'm pretty satisfied with this. I'm scared of the feet because they're terrible looking. I actually think I'm just going to redo the feet altogether. But otherwise, I feel pretty strong about this. So let's say we're going to do negative 0.6. The first 3D model was done by making a cast and manually typing in 3D coordinates. Yeah, exactly. Like, thank goodness we live in the world that we do. I'm just also like, I don't get it. And I don't get it as a result of having that privilege. Which is great. Which is awesome for me. I'm also not the most expert 3D modeler, so I guess I shouldn't expect to know things either. But it's in my nature to be kind of curious of things. Negative 0.1, and then we'll call you 0.1. And I might take a break after this to explore, like, how I'm going to do materials for this thing. So let's go ahead and extrude those along normal. These guys could probably stand to go backwards a little bit. And up a little bit, and forwards a little bit, and up a little bit. The dimensions look way off on this thing now that I'm looking at it, but we'll get there. Like I said, this was going to be more a test of my skill than anything else. This was me just seeing if I could do it. So I can live with it being a bit wonk. We'll do that, we'll do that. And all we need to do now is plug everything in. So let me grab you, and we will merge at center. Let's grab you, and we'll do the same. Both of these points need to be brought together and sent back. And now that I'm looking at it, we're gonna do this. I want a 1-to-1. A UV map will be a must. What do you mean by that? Oh, you want me to 1-to-1 this thing? No way. Not happening. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to, like, finish this today. Let alone make it look good. It looks like a strange Gundam. Oh, if I want to do a 1-to-1. Yeah, we're not worried about it. Honestly. This is more of a learning experiment for me. This is a nice little break from having to look at my own art every single day. Also, I am totally manipulating the feet. I hate the way those feet look, so sorry, not sorry that I'm doing this. Also, I hope you can't hear the guy who's just decided he's gonna blow the leaves on his lawn. Hopefully I'm not striking too much of a chord. If I am, I guess I don't care that much. I don't get leaf blowing. Like, hot take, I just don't get it. You're just pushing the leaves around. What are you doing? Like, what is the point? Like, I get some people do it, like, they're gardeners and they do it professionally or whatever, and that's fine. If it's your job, it's your job. But for the average folk, I just don't get what the point of it is. It's like an excuse to get out of your house, I guess, or just something. Yeah, it should probably be forced back based on where the muscle tension would be. And this part will come just a little bit further down. Just to round out that angle. So far, you think they'd hire me? Look how small his legs are. Okay, no, we gotta make this guy a bit bigger. He looks like a suit of armor from Alice in Wonderland. Okay. So we're gonna grab all of this. Mr. Too Fancy for a rake whipping outside your window. But, like, what's even the point of a rake? Like, what is the point of it all? That's what I'm saying. Like, the people here... Okay, let's play devil's advocate, right? The people here do not have grass. All of us have, like, dirt front yards. They're not, like, nice pieces of property. I mean, it's decent. I don't live in, like, a terrible place. But, like, your house ain't worth that much. I'll put that out there. It's just strange. It's so weird. It's such weird energy. I don't know. I don't get leaf blowing. And I'm sure there's somebody out there who's like, I've ruined it, right? I've said, like, the thing that I wasn't supposed to say, and now their whole life is ruined and they hate me, and I'm sorry. If that's how you feel, I'm deeply sorry. But, like, I just don't get it. It's a weird thing to do often. Like, if you have to, like, go rake 4 times a year, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Whatever, no problem. But it's the people who do it every single day. It's like, what are you doing? Just go talk to your wife. Go talk to your kids. Anyway, that's my hot take. That's my that's my not nice opinion for the day. Just something I've been thinking about, you know, idly while I'm making models of monsters. I'm thinking this has got to be our best bet, and then we're going to pop down the legs. If I do this, and we just pull them down. Oh, I see what's wrong. Oh, I totally see what's wrong. We're going to bring the knee down. Forward. Forward. Down. And then we're going to want to separate out. So we have to tilt it. Oh, he looks so weird. This is the moment where I realize I'm not that good at 3D modeling. Okay, so we're just going to kind of dig in now. I got it. He has no lawn to mow at an inconvenient time, so he leaf blows instead. Now you're speaking my language. It just seems like if your life was good, like if you were living your perfect life, I don't think you'd be blowing leaves. Maybe that's me being elitist. Maybe that's like very mean of me. I'm gonna call it there. We're gonna end this talk here. I guess I wish... I don't wish anything. People are fine. We're good. All's well. So, back to Phantasy Star Online. I've been playing a lot of it. I've been playing a crazy amount of Phantasy Star Online. It is excellent. It is such a cool game that everybody should get into if you care about MMOs, but less serious than an MMO. It's like a super casual MMO. At this point, how late into the development everything is, they basically just pass out all of the best stuff to you automatically. So if you want like the fancy stuff, you're still gonna have to work for it. But all the stuff that you need to like play the game, all the free to play whatever stuff, it's completely ready for you. Like it's there. You don't have to pay for anything if you want to have a nice time. And I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, I like this. This is good. His top section could use a little bit of work, actually. Let's do it like that and like this. I'm going to bring both of these lines closer together. I haven't modeled much past week other than visualizing my mom's renovation plans. Doing some renovation plans for a 3D model. I mean, that's cool. There's a legitimate career in 3D modeling. Every time I get a little existential about 3D modeling, I kind of think like, well, I could do something with it, and that is the something. How deep into her plans is she? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna pop this up here. Pop that up here. And we can call that right there the rib cage. Oh, actually, now that I'm looking at the rib cage, oh, this helps so much. This comes down. This comes further down. Yep, just like that. Oh, we're here. This guy comes just a little bit down. I saw it. I had the moment. I had the clarity. The plans are going to happen, and it seems helped. So that's cool. That's awesome. Good on you. Is it just like personal renovation, or is she like a contractor or something like that? Because if she's a contractor, this could be a little gig. Okay, I see it. I really see it now. Check this out. We're gonna go boom, boom. These two are gonna pop up and out just a little bit. And the front bit has this hard angle that trails down. Yep, that works. Nice and perfect. I might try and connect that, although I don't think it's necessary. Let's see. This part ridges down. Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay, cool. So we're going to grab you, and we're going to merge at last. Yep, and we have that perfect angle right there. The valley comes up. Boom, boom. Nice and in there. We're here. We're up. I'll go ahead and connect these two just so we have a little bit better geometry. The geometry doesn't look quite right here, but other than that, I think we're here. Nah, it's just personal, but it helps me to think more about appliances to my skills, so that's serious options to pursue that kind of stuff with my 3D. Yeah. I went on a bit of a music kick right before I started doing Unreal, like 2 weeks ago. And in the midst of that, I was like, I'm going to make a studio. Like, I'm just going to pretend that I'm buying a studio right now, and I'm going to make it in 3D. We're going to see what it looks like. And that was like eye-opening. It was like so nice to just do that. Okay, these two can now be deleted and replaced. And we ask ourselves if this part is necessary. It folds down, so we're going to do this. And this. And I think we might be set. I think we might have just done it. Honestly, this part right here, it comes like that. And then this one, we're going to slide vertex up. Just like that. And that, I think, can be just a solid piece. It's hard for me to picture it, though. If I grab both of these, and we untuck them from the sides like this... This ridge on the back. Okay, so this ridge right here needs to be raised up. I can do a couple of concepts in the afternoon. Think about how much money and time it could possibly save. Yeah. Yo, you make your money how you need to make your money. Like, that's it right there. That's all there is to it. This feels very right. This feels like it. This ridge right here, I don't love. Everything else, I feel super strong about. Why is this one so difficult? If I go like that, and then I grab these two and I bend these back. That ain't bad. We have an extra little bit here that I shouldn't have, but otherwise, it's not bad looking. And we got this little ridge all sorted out right there. We got a nice little divot in here that looks about right to me. It dips, it comes back up. He's pretty stout, his arms come out. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and push these down. That feels it. That feels like it. Cool. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and just bite the bullet, and we're going to fix... We're going to fix these little blade arm things, because they can't look like this. This is wrong. It has to look like... Let's do both sides, because I like risk. I don't know. We're just going to dissolve, and by that I mean delete. And now we're going to connect you, connect you, connect you, and connect you. You can be deleted, you can be deleted. And now we want to make a flat edge on the bottom, which looks just about perfect to me. So we'll do that. I think we're here. I think we've done it. I think we are in business, folks. Why is it doing that? What's all this about, huh? What's this about? That's weird. Okay. We'll have to fix that together. Hold on. These two are going to be done at the exact same time. So I think I just made it too flat. That's our only real problem here. Other than that, I think we're good. Comes up and then, yep, we just need to extend this part down a little bit. Just like that. And that should have solved that issue. It has. Cool, cool, cool. And then we'll go ahead and make some blades out of it. So now all I need to do is grab these arms. Starting to look like a real praying mantis type beat. We'll extrude along normal. Why not use mirror modifier? That's a good question. I think the short of it is, I didn't think of it until you just said it. The greater part of it is it's not in my normal, like, toolkit because I've just had some weird experiences with it. Did we just get the exact same thing we got last time? No, because we now have this. Yep, that's what we were looking for. We want that little angle right there. I should be using a mirror modifier, for sure. Okay, I think we want to separate that part out. So we'll do that in just a second. And I guess you're gonna ask, why do I not start using the mirror modifier now? I'm not totally sure if I want to, is the short of it. I don't have a great reason. I'm just not using it. Yo, he actually is starting to look really good. The legs are the worst part, but otherwise, we're not bad. Oh, I have to make like those little divots in the shoulder. So that's obviously a texture, but I'm gonna try and do it anyway. It should be a default thought process to use symmetry. That's a good point. Yeah, there's no reason not to, for sure. I just got a little ahead of myself, as per the norm. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna worry about these green guys just yet. Maybe that'll be one of the last things we do. Now, how are we gonna fix the legs? I think step number one is let's bring the crotch in. Like that. You aren't lazy enough? That's exactly it. You know, I struggle with laziness a lot. Because everybody who knows me says that I am super, like, type A, get things done kind of person. But to myself, I feel like I am such a procrastinator. It's so strange when people are like, you're not a procrastinator. I'm like, what do you mean? Yes, I am. He's got just like little noodly tube legs. Why does he look like this? There we go. And then there's no way he can stand up on his feet here. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it upon myself to open these feet way up. Like that. Like, let's add some weight to this guy. This guy, he has to hold himself. That looks a lot better. That looks infinitely better. Cool. Let's grab you and bring you guys out. Hey, Tom Paul! Lazy Programmer Modeler is a good... What? You just made a sentence that hurt my whole brain. My dad, when I was growing up, my dad would always tell me, Tom Paul, over here, as if he's gonna roast us on the cross. Yep, here it is. You guys just eat it up. Tom, you just made Simo's day by saying that. I hope you know. We'll do that, and we'll do a little bit of this. Alright, tell you what. You want me to use mirror modifier? I'll use mirror modifier. It's fine. Give me 1 sec. Let me do that. And I'm going to X-ray into here. Oh, that was a bad idea. Hold on. Get me out of here. Now I'm all flustered all of a sudden. There we go. Everything is back to normal here. And then we'll boom, 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 boom. Okay. So let me go ahead and just turn off that. We'll grab everything from this side. Make sure nothing's going. Also, there's a fly in my face. The flies in my house, they just wait. I don't have flies. I don't ever have flies. And then I stream, and the flies are like, yo, what up? We've been waiting for you. Just use bisect. Okay. What is bisect? What is bisect? Okay, so if I get in here and I go mesh bisect. Aha! Okay, okay. Selected edge / faces required. So I'm gonna want to grab these guys, right? I think I crashed it. Oh, hello. Bisect in the mirror modifier. Okay, hold on. This is all news to me. Let's go with the mirror. Sir. X. Apply my rotation. You got it. That's exactly what I was missing. I mean, I've applied the rotation. Apply. True? True? I'm not having a good show of it right now. We're not showing our best colors for the time being. There we go. So we have bisected. Cool. So I believe we're here. I'll go back to the butt, and the butt looks even, although I'm on the wrong side. That's fine. I can redo this one part. Okay, so what did I end up doing? Oh, no, it did do it. Okay, perfect. We're here. So let's bring the image back in and reset our brains. And say, what are we actually looking at? Well, the back needs to come in. Which means that also needs to come in. If you notice me that I'm still doing all of the operations as if I haven't done the mirror modifier, Yeah, that's just the way of things, you know? So theoretically, that did it on both sides. It did not do it on both sides. What is the mirror modifier doing? Confused. Color me very confused. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this the way I know how to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna delete the other half as well. I'm just a little bit better at it this way. The only thing that's going to be weird is bridging this little face here, and we'll do that in the end. So we'll come back. We'll go ahead and hit up our objects, our mirror modifier. Perfect. Yeah, it was just a little strange to me. Oh, did you, you made a little video clip about it? That is very appreciated. That is like the nicest thing you all do for me. I use hard ops, then automatically deletes the other half. Got it. Tom, I didn't ask. Did we show off your stuff on stream? I feel like I don't remember showing off your stuff on stream. If we didn't, it's something I really like to do for people. This is going to come up, and that's going to merge there. And I honestly think we're good just to go all the way up here, and I know that that's a bit of funky geometry, but it should be fine. I think we did, but I love getting my stuff shown. I'll do it one more time, why not? Let me make sure I have everything set up correctly here. This little crotch piece, I'm not super worried about. The back of this guy barely matters. And I'm gonna destroy this fly the moment I get an opportunity. This fly is dead. Okay. I'm gonna say that looks a lot better. Oh, I see. Problem. Not sure why that happened. It got like really jacked up, didn't it? Right there. Right there. Sure. There's an add-on for easy mirroring as well as the hard ops. I mean, there's an add-on for everything. There's probably an add-on for Twitch if you're trying to stream. I'm assuming there's got to be one for everything. All right, let's look up some Tom Paul 3D. Oh, we got some tutorials. How to sculpt hard surfaces in ZBrush. Oh, okay. There's a dead link. If you need to know, there's a dead link on here. And let's see. That's not me. Okay. How would I find your stuff? I think we did this last time. I think I remember this happening. Let's see here. Thomas Paul Art Station. Yep, we've been here. Oh yeah, it's your profile picture. This is you. Oh yes, you did all the Borderlands stuff. I remember. Absolutely crazy stuff. Really crazy stuff. Like, look the heck out of this. What on earth? Yeah, we're jamming here. This is it. Honestly, I didn't even take a look at your, like, construction stuff. This is crazy. Well, perfect. Here is Thomas Paul. If you look up Tom Paul, you'll get a different person, but here is Thomas Paul for everyone. Honestly, everyone deserves to be flattered. You're all great artists. You need the love. Okay, so I'm gonna try and mimic this little ridge here. So I'm gonna want to pop in the rib cage right here. Oh, we're on mirror mode. I don't need to worry about mirroring things as much as I was. And what's really crucial here is we're gonna want this to come down and to put a J here. Yep, just like that. Dare I say, I feel pretty okay with this. The legs got me feeling a certain way. I'm not so sure about the legs. But everything else I feel pretty comfortable with. So, what time is it? 3:30? We still have some time. Okay. So, I'm going to take a moment to just do some meshing, and then we're going to see everything in action. It looks alright. I'm just experimenting for the time being. We're going to do one thing really quick. I'm going to hit apply on the mirror. I'm going, and don't freak out. We're going to go back. We're going to go back. I promise we're going to go back. We removed 0 vertices. That's strange. That's not how I'm used to mirror modifier working. Okay, so that is what we're going to kind of look for in the end. So, tell you what we're going to do. When we're done, I'm going to make a high poly and a low poly. Hey, Simo, you have yourself a good night. You sleep well. Have fun, you know, in your side of the world. I hope your parents were great to you, and it's been lovely having you. See you when I see you. Alright, so let's go ahead and make all these ribs. Is it going to copy vertex groups? If I model this, does it copy vertex groups? In mirror modifier? It must do, right? This is ribs. Assign, deselect, select. Yep, we're good. It must, right? Remember to use that mirror. I am watching you in my sleep. Honestly, don't do that. That's haunting. It does. Perfect. Good to know. We're going to make a new one, and this one is going to be called Blades, I suppose. We'll assign, deselect, select, deselect. Okay. First thing I see that we definitely got to fix is this. Right there. Okay, perfect. I think that's everything we're going to want for the nodes. So let's go into object mode real quick. I'm going to make a new one. We're going to call you Dimenian body. We're going to do a slot 2. And this is going to be called Blades. And we're going to do a slot 3. And this is going to be called Ribs. For anybody who's watching that isn't as well-versed as Simo or Tom Paul, I have learned recently, don't do this. This is a terrible idea. This makes exporting your mesh to, or exporting your textures to other engines super difficult. But I'm not going to export this. This is obviously a piece of fan art, so there's no harm in doing this. But doing slots like this really kills you. It's not that it's impossible to make it work. Like, you can make it work, but man, it is awful. Okay, Cool. So let's go ahead and grab our rib cage. Nope. Yeah, it came up recently. I've been doing a lot of development in Unreal lately, and in Unreal, it is just the worst. And yeah, you don't want to be put in that position for sure. Okay, so double checking that I did my work correctly, we're going to go ahead and switch over to renderer. We're going to go to world. It can be good in some situations, like for example, a car would need to have one glass material separate or moving materials. That's true. I mean, it really depends on what you're working on, I guess. But I prefer to do them separately and then just mesh the UVs on top of each other. If you try to do it all as one UV, it's just so annoying. Actually, I can show off one that I did recently. Here, I'll show off one that I just did. So I made this little mage. I made this little guy. And originally, I was going to make the face a different material. I was going to slot to this. He was going to have a face, all that. And what I decided on instead is I put a little black tracer on here by using a little light source. And I baked the materials, found the UV, just painted the whole UV black, and now it's one material, and I didn't have to do like the slot combination stuff that you normally have to do. So that was the way that I got around that. Okay, so I'm just double checking that we've done everything correctly. It's looking pretty good to me. Moving materials. That's like expert level stuff right there. Okay, I know the nose goes all the way up and the nose doesn't go all the way up on here. I'm not sure I care too much. Let's just start with the body. In a worst case scenario, I can just add a little divot right here on the end and there's no problem. Oh no. We want to go to the body. Okay. So he looks like he is a bunch of pulled taffy. So he's kind of a gross two-tone, almost like a Damascus-y wave texture. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in a wave texture, and we're going to make sure that we get the angle correct. It is Y, just like that. That's actually exactly perfect for us. We're going to detail way up. Roughness way up, distortion. Yeah, we'll do it like this. This is fine, and the scale should probably be dropped down just a little bit. And let's up that scale. There we go. This should do just fine. Okay, cool. So let me grab color number 1 and color number 2. And the vibe is definitely a lot darker than this. So we're going to reverse these colors. And I'm going to drop the saturation on you down. Or not the saturation, the value. And all of this could probably stand to be a little bit more purple. The purple, I think, is going to make this work. A different way that I think I could do this is if I do 0 distortion, and instead we take it and put in like a noise texture. Maybe on the front. Hold on. Noise on the distortion doesn't work. Don't love that. Really cool, this Phantasy Star game. The fan base is pretty awesome. Do you play? Because, man, it is so deeply ingrained in me as a person. I love Phantasy Star. That actually doesn't look bad. If we take both of these together, let's detail back up to 20. And we'll go ahead and throw on that. I don't know if anybody follows me on Instagram. I don't expect anybody ever to do anything. But if you have, you'll notice a little post that I did recently. I made a major accomplishment in the original Phantasy Star. I got a level 50 character to the hardest difficulty, which you're supposed to start at level 100. And it just took forever. It's been kind of a de-stressing mechanism for me lately. Not that I think, you know, playing games needs to be excused or anything, but just to put it out there, it's been like a really important de-stressing tool for me for the time being. And getting there was like just the best. If I go 0.9, we're more on the orange side of things. And then this one, we can go way orange. And by orange, I mean purple. Okay. I think I'm willing to say that this is about right. Obviously, they've gone and they've like highlighted all the edges and they've made it look really pretty in a way that I haven't. You know what? I can do that too. Yep, we can do this. We can wireframe this and throw it together with another color ramp. And then we can overlay that. So let's go ahead and put in a wireframe and hope that it doesn't do the gross try thing. Please, please, please. Excellent. And I just want to reverse these. And we're going to want like 0.2, maybe even 0.25. And I'm going to try and put a gradient in here. Can you put a gradient before? What does that do? That's not helpful at all. How do we want to do this? A different way that I think we could do this. No, that's not going to work. Man, how are we going to do this? How does this work? If I go ahead and put a factor in here, hold on. What if we solve a color ramp with a color ramp? Right, if I do this, I'm trying to get it to gradient from the, be the brightest at this point and the darkest at this point. I'm thinking, no, that's not gonna work. I'm like, a noise texture definitely is not right, but there's like a weird way that it would work. Yeah, I want to blur it. To some degree, yes. I don't know if that's exactly what we're going for. Hey, that's a little better. It's not quite. No, that's not going to work. Oh, there we go. There we go. We've done it. Okay, so we've made lots of little impact points on this thing. No distortion, no roughness. And we'll up that scale. Sure, this'll have to do. So I'm gonna really exaggerate it. Like that. And then we're gonna mix our RGBs together. Like this. And one of them is gonna linear light hello? Since when is linear light defunct like that? Strange. I've never seen it do that. So if we probably want to add, right? And if I do that, then I'm going to want to lower the distortions on this one. Like that. And now we can come up a little bit more on that one. Boy, this didn't turn out anything like that. I think we're going to want more of the darker color. And this can probably be made that brown color. So we'll say 0.1. Oh, there's just such clear lines. It's so gross. You can just see it. How on earth do you blur a wireframe? Okay, well, I'm going to take a moment on that one, and we're going to go ahead and just do the arms. So the arms are going to be this slot. You've yet to hydrate today. I also did not hydrate. Thank you for the redemption. Don't do this, Barrel. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4, and now I'm waiting. Now I'm waiting until you're done. We're going to do no saturation on the blades, and instead all the saturation is going to be in an emission. The emission, I think we're going to want... We're just going to go for this color. Whoops, there we go. So we're just going to go for the color. It's going to be like a 3. And the emission strength... You know what? I'm okay with it like this. I think I'm realizing that the body just needs to be way darker. Okay, so there's 3, 4 more. There we go, I've done it. I've done it, folks. You're gonna kill me one day. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab both of these. Joe is out here doing it too. Now, I hope you all know that it says everybody has to hydrate. You all better be doing this too. You're not immune to it. You gotta reap what you sow. Alright, so we're here on this. Let's go to the ribs now. The ribs are gonna kind of set this whole thing off, I think. Actually here right now, but I hope you're having a good stream. You're fine, no worries. That would have been like 20 in the old days of last week. Honestly. Yeah, so, Amazing Barrel, fell asleep on my stream one time and earned like 1 million, channel points and, has decided to just run amok with it since then. So every now and again, they like to just flood us with requests to drink water. Which, you know, I think is good-spirited if it doesn't kill me. Oh, there we go. You must be very wet. Fun Pro Gamer, how dare you? How dare you bring that energy into this? No, look what you've started. Oh no, it's happened. I'm gonna just pretend that's not happening. I'm gonna move on with my life. So we're gonna use a wave texture to determine the strength of this, and I'm gonna try and round out the waves. Which, I don't know how that's even gonna make sense. Moist? What are you confused about? Moist? How would we do this? I suppose you would use like dot product vector math stuff. Let's put in a math node. And we want a percentage, right? Fraction. You've started just the worst thing in the world. I'm just, you know, I'm just here for the ride. It is what it is. Look at this guy with his big word math stuff. Someone's got to do it. You see what's going on in this chat? If it weren't for me, we wouldn't have a stream. What do I mean by that? I was about to say that legitimately through my own mouth. Okay, so we want to do it like this. Check this out. If we do double, if I double this, something in moments like this that I like to remind people of is that for whatever dumb reason, started just the moist thing in the world. How dare you? For some reason in college, I got 90% of a physics degree and then decided to switch majors. For whatever reason, it's just really stuck with me. So the whole math stuff is really in my head. Math is definitely where I belong mentally. I'll be back soon after the moistening. Yeah, thank you. Very appreciated. Yo. Like, it's not what we want, but it's pretty cool. It's not what we want, but it's pretty cool. Hold on. If I put a color ramp on here, I think I can make this work. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I think I can make this work. 0.6. I can totally make this work. One does not simply walk out of moist door. Honestly, if I had any... No. I was going to say, if I had any self-respect, I'd ban all of you right now. I don't think that's what self-respect is. But I should ban you all. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Oh, we're here. We're here! Yo! Try and tell me I didn't just solve that. Try and tell me I didn't just solve this problem. So I'm gonna just pull this down just a little bit. That wouldn't be very moist of you, honestly. I don't know what would be moist of me. Okay, we're gonna delete that. We're gonna bring this up. Back to white. And you need like a B-spline. Oh! There we go. Man, is he just like the ugliest thing in the world? Honestly, I'm pretty stoked with this. Okay, so let's give him like fully satin. No specular, no sheen, no clear coat. Might even be a little bit fleshy, like it's like a rib cage, right? So a little bit fleshy. And if that's the case, then we will put a little bit of specular on here. Metallic's not needed. Reminds me of Half-Life / Quake. I totally see that. I totally get that. Oh man, I'm feeling this. Somehow, we did it. Somehow it came together in the end. Okay, so we're gonna 0.8 this. Oh yes. Oh yeah, we're here. We've done it. Probably needs sheen. Yep, he has sheen. Sheen tint will be 0.5. And I think we could probably go back to the original colors if we're doing this. Yo. What is happening? I kind of want to go into VR chat with this, like, terrible model. Maybe that's my next series on Twitch. I'm going to make bad models and go on VR chat with it and ask people how they feel. That would be the worst, best idea. I think this guy needs the green. Let me start by desaturating a couple of elements to this. 0.2, 0.2. Yo, this is cool. Like, there's a lot that needs to be fixed, for sure. I'm not loving this model, but I like it. Are you disturbed yet, this series? No, I don't want to be disturbing. I just want to, like, be kind of a weirdo. Okay. Let's take a step back. Let's chill out. I'm gonna make these little arm nodes real quick. Okay, I don't know why I did that. That was weird. We're gonna want to subdivide that. And then 1, 1, 2. 2. And you can be dissolved. Perfect. Okay. And we're still on the mirror modifier, so I don't need to think about the other side. So obviously this was done using a texture in the original art. I mean, all of this was done using textures. There's no procedural element to this at all. But just to do it on our own, we're going for it. So I'm going to inset a hole right here, and they're going to be individuals. We're going to copy and copy. Okay, so each of them needs to be made smaller. That's not at all what we wanted. Okay, let's do an edge slide instead. They stay pretty close to the surface up there, so I'm not going to think too much about it. You'll be small. You'll be a little less small. You'll be big. Which means that we'll slide you... We'll get there. We'll do that part in a sec. Same thing here. You're going to be small. You're going to be a little less small. And you're going to be big. And now I should be able to just grab these two, make a division. Grab these two, make a division. So I think this will work just fine. I think I just accidentally made a bunch of geometry, so I'm gonna go ahead and dissolve. No, I didn't. We're good. So we're just making a little guy here. I'm not sure if I want to do this. I'm sort of debating whether this makes any sense or not. You know what? I'd rather do it in a texture, honestly. I'd rather texture this out once we bake it. So I'm gonna say no-go on this. Thank you for your time and your patience, but we're gonna retreat from the original plan. And I'm gonna go ahead and just dissolve a couple of these. And we'll dissolve these. Perfect. So what is there left to do? We gotta fix the inside of that head. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that needs to happen. Okay, so let's go into object mode. I'm gonna copy this guy. And we're gonna call you D backup. You're the one we're working on. Your goals are beyond my understanding. That's good. That means I'm succeeding. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and extrude in. What up, Clark? We're working on a very strange model, a little piece of fan art today. Let's scale this along X by 0. And then I'm gonna pull him up just a little bit. This is Blender. It's free 3D modeling software, and it is the best. There may be a point in my life where I switch over to a different modeling software, but I highly doubt it. At this point, Blender is so ingrained into like my process that I can't imagine switching from this. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and pop all of this together. Make a new one. Is it hard to use? It's a little intimidating at first, honestly. There's like so much stuff that you need to know how to do, but each individual thing is pretty easy. I'd have a hard time saying that it's hard. Actually, I'm gonna call this flesh. Let's call this flesh. I don't think it's too hard. It's just a lot. I've been doing this for about 6 months now. And, this is... Okay, so this is not my best work at all. I'm actually doing a very weird process. You can see signs of my work on my Instagram or through my past VODs or anything like that. I've made some pretty nice stuff with it in 6 months. I feel pretty content with my ability at this point. Characters are definitely, like, very difficult. That's the part I struggle with. Okay, let's make the fleshy bit in the head. So I'm gonna grab our... Nope, not you. I'm gonna grab this. We're gonna grab just the flesh. Just the flesh. And we'll go to slot 4, new, flesh, and a sign. Perfect. Nice and perfect. Cool. So what are we gonna make this thing about? It looks a lot like the ribs, honestly. Let's go to ribs. Let's make a copy of ribs. We'll call this flesh im. Everything looks very weird in here. So let's fix that. And we also don't want it to be an emission anymore. We want it to be color. So this has got to be our color data. Emission to 0. Not a bad piece of color to start with. Roughness is pretty high. I think we want the transmission down. There we go, just like that. Okay, so let's pop this in. And we'll get going. We got a Y of 5. That's not gonna work. A Z. A Z of 5 might do it. No, it's a little too dense. The clock is nice. Thank you. Clock. When did I make a clock? Did I make a clock? I don't remember making a clock. I think you might have got me on that one. Come on. This might just be a straight fraction for 1. Nope, it's not. On my Instagram. Okay, hold on, let's check. Where's my phone? Oh, there he is. Let's see, what is this clock? What are you talking about, clocks? Third row in the middle. Oh, that's my Keyblade. I made a Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. It does look like a clock. I see what you mean. It looks a lot like a clock, actually. Yeah, it's a Keyblade. Quite a weird one, too. Yep, I was just kind of feeling it. I'm not a huge Kingdom Hearts fan either. It was just kind of like in my wheelhouse, and I was like, I could definitely speak on this. I know enough about it to make something interesting, so I did. And I feel pretty comfortable with that one. Let's do 40 on the X. And by 40, I definitely mean 30. And I think that looks a little weird. That's alright. We can live with this one. Now, if we take this and mix RGB just straight in, that actually already looks super good. That already looks really nice. Okay. So if I take this, and we're going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to copy these three. We'll do it like that. We'll pop you in here, and we'll do this down there. And this one is going to be our Z. And it needs to be like pure red. Come on, come on. I know this wants to work. It's going to be red on one color, black on the other. It's going to be eased between each other, and it's going to be factored. Bands, rings. There we go. Perfect. What? What is happening? There we go. Now we got it. Okay. So that's how I'm going to do the, like, exterior part of this. It doesn't look great. How am I going to fix this? Honestly, I think we just want this to be like real dark, and then we want this part to be white. Which means that will make a really weird looking... There we go. Perfect. Okay, that's it right there. We're gonna do it just like this. And now I just need to copy this red exactly. And we want that little pink color right there. And instead of B-spline, we want an ease between them. I'm not sure why the red is so dark. Let's fix that. Cool. And then now we just need to put these guys together. Oh, it looks terrible. What are we doing? Maybe I get rid of that Z. Maybe the Z is just overkill. I think it's just overkill. I think we're gonna cut it. Alright, back into here. Switch these guys up. I'm looking to make a room in Blender with a little guy in it. You should. There's no reason not to. Character design, in my opinion, is the hardest part of 3D modeling. As you can see here. Is it gonna be like hard? It's gonna be pretty hard. So here's what I would suggest. Let's do a quick little thing. It depends how nice you want it to be. If you're just trying to do like a little something for a piece of reference, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I wouldn't worry too much. Oh, you have an app idea. Okay, well, let me show you this. I'm on a blank slate right now, right? I'm gonna open up a plane. So that is a flat carpet, right? Just a piece of something. I'm gonna just pump it up. And then I'm gonna grab the edges of it. And we're just going to make the walls. I'm gonna delete the ceiling. We're gonna delete the face. We got a little room, right? So I can look in the room. I can do all sorts of stuff with the room. Then you just pop a little guy in there. That's gonna be a harder part. And then you want to texture it using probably nodes, but you could just do it in Photoshop if you need to. If you just want to make like a wallpaper texture or something. And you're done. You are considering the right program. Yeah, that's for sure. So yeah. If that process looked like it was impossible to you, then pay somebody to do it. If that seemed like you could eventually get there, don't pay somebody to do it. Just do it. You got it. Blender is very nice. Okay, so what else do we want to do on this guy? I mean, I'm not satisfied. I'm not like... I don't love this. I feel like there's a lot that needs to be done. I also don't know why... I don't know why everything's so rounded. That's the part I have trouble with, is how round everything looks. Why? Why is it all so round? Yep, it's gonna be like right there. Like, did they bevel everything? That just doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, wait. This front face is joined. Okay, I will take it upon myself. Blender Guru. The guy has some well-made tutorials. Yeah, he's definitely the one that everyone starts with. I managed to bypass him for some reason. Not sure how I did that. But everybody else, they go Blender Guru. Alright, perfect. I'm not going to watch that right now on stream. Sorry to say. But if you're seeing this and you're thinking it seems doable, I think it's probably pretty doable. Okay, so let's look at ribs. I'm going to grab you, and we're going to assign it there. Oh yeah. Always barrels. Our chat stays real nice. We do our best around here. There we go. Perfect. We got the ribs set. So now I can reset that in the nodes. Fix that nose piece up just a little bit. So I'm going to want to grab you and just assign you to the body. There we go. One less thing to worry about on my end. And then the big thing that I saw is I can grab this little center section. Oh, I can't because it's bisected. Never mind. That's a shame. Also, they definitely cut in a little bit for this. Okay. Am I willing to say that this is it? Is this it today? Is this my work? He's missing his little green bits. Other than that, I don't know what else I can really do to this guy. I could sit and, like, topo it for a while, but, like, what good is that going to do us? It's not going to be interesting, and it's not going to really make that big of a difference, I think. So I think we're done. I'll go ahead and merge this forward. Same to you. And that little bit that comes down, honestly, I don't think there's any problem just doing it like that. That's more like Evangelion. Hey, Beryl, you got any ideas for a speed sketch? We have just enough time for a speed sketch if you want to see something. I think that's gotta be what's on the radar for the rest of the stream. Looks very doable. Quite a bit of time. You will have to get an idea of how the emitters work for that ambience. Lighting is always a problem. I just default to using HDRIs for everything. Given the fact that I'm exporting to Unreal for most everything, there's no need. Yeah, all of this could be combined together, I think. Joe, let's hear it. I didn't even know you were still here, Joe. I'd love to hear your idea. What is it, Joe? What do you want to see? Honestly, I think I gotta call it. I think we're done here. I think we're real done here. Hey, Joe, I don't expect anything of you. Don't you worry. You live your best life. What's your crazy sketch? There we go. Just like that. Do something with particles. I'm not very good with particles. Joe, what's your idea? And we'll see if we can't find a way to add particles to it. These guys are really out here for my blood. Kirby, but he ate toxic waste. What? Okay, Kirby, but he ate toxic waste. Alright, give me 1 second. The air in my house is getting very hot all of a sudden. Let me go turn my AC down, and then I'll go think about that Kirby. Alright, Radioactive Kirby. Radioactive Kirby. Okay. Okay. I'm here. I'm back. I got this. We're gonna make a Radioactive Kirby, and we gotta do particles. No time like the present. Let's do it. So, new document. Let's go ahead and save this. I'll just do it right where I'm standing. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do it in the proper folder, because I care about organization. We're going to call this Toxic Kirby. This is Kirby after he gets his Twitter account verified. All right, little Poyo man himself. Let's see it. He's got to have a little body. He's going to have a nice little UV body. I think this is actually not the way we want to do it. I think we want to start with a cube. We're doing a Minecraft Kirby. Okay, so Radioactive Kirby. I'm still not sure what the radioactive part's going to be yet, but the Kirby part, I've seen a Kirby or two. We're going to go ahead and extrude that along normals. And we're going to do ourselves a big mean favor and pull that on up. Pull that on down. Pull that sideways. Pull that sideways. So I've just been asked to make a radioactive Kirby. So we're making a radioactive Kirby. Thanks to Joe, of all people. Who else would it be, you know? Okay, so we're gonna deal a lot with the subdivision surface here. We're gonna deal a lot with this subdivision. So we wanna kind of base it off of this. Why is he not round? Hold on. The whole thing could probably be rounded a little bit. There we go. How do you make Kirby round? Is it gonna be green? I kind of think it has to be green, but I'm not sure yet. We're not there yet. I'm still figuring this whole thing out. This whole crazy world of radioactive Kirbys that I've found myself in. Okay, that one can be stretched like that. And now I think we're safe to divide that once, divide that once. And now we get to the bulk of our stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, you are perfectly okay. Go enjoy your sleep. We're gonna do it just like this. And actually, if I do this... Oh, we got a little Kirby. Okay, so now we want the... Good night. Have a good night. Take it easy. Don't stress too much. No stress needed. Okay. Kirby, Kirby, Kirby. We're dealing with the Kerbo himself. Why does it remind me of Among Us? Don't do this. Don't turn our precious little Kirby into an Among Us meme. There we go. That's probably as good of a circular shape as I'm gonna get. Distraction dance time. Don't you distraction dance me. Okay, so we got a nice little smiling Kirby. He's very happy about this whole arrangement. He actually really enjoys toxic waste. Okay, so that's... Oh man, something's off. Something's off, and it's definitely the head right here. Also, this fly, I'm gonna destroy this fly. The moment I get a chance, this fly is donezo. Okay, that's not a bad Kirby. I think Kirby, his butt comes up a little bit. Like that. But otherwise, this is not bad. This is, okay, this is Kirby. We're here. Kirby. Now, I'm going to look up what Kirby's hands look like real quick. Because I don't remember what his hands look like. Oh, they're literally attached to him. I didn't realize that. I thought they were floating little balls. I'm going to hold this picture up. Okay. So, he has hands. What is that? Oh, it's a vertice. Kirby is all blobs. I mean, I know that he's all blobs, but I didn't realize, like... I didn't realize how, like, his hands and stuff worked. Kirby is just a friend. You know, you just paint a little 2 dots and you paint an eye and you got yourself a friend. It's Kirby. He's also a monster who sucks up worlds and can kill anything. But we don't talk about that part. Okay, these hands are getting weirder and weirder as I start to explore them. I think it's mostly this shoulder. Yeah, it's mostly the shoulders that are doing it to me. So we're going to bring these shoulders in. Oh no, he looks weird. He looks so weird. Okay, I'm gonna put 1 cut on him. Right there. Right there. And we can take each of these. Correct? I gotta go too, guys. Thanks for all the help. Have a nice day. Hey, thanks, Clark. If you end up starting Blender, let us know. I'd love to see what you're working on. It's always good to have somebody new in the industry. Okay. These two... just like that. Honestly, those are the best hands Kirby's ever gonna have for me. He looks a little bit like a penguin. But that can be part of his illness. Okay, and then his feet. His feet are the best. Oh no. Oh no, I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Stop doing an icosphere. We want a UV sphere. Oh, I'm so sorry for the crimes I'm about to commit. We're gonna go down. We're going to X-ray this guy. Go up. Fully X-ray. Come on. Stretch this foot out. You will hate me in approximately 10 seconds. Okay, why is that? I didn't mean to just burp, but okay, well, I don't hate you, but I didn't appreciate it. I'll put that out there. Really didn't appreciate that. Hate would be a strong way of referring to it. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's right. Now, if I put a subsurface on here, let's not do those two. Same on the bottom, not those two. Now, if I subsurface this, doesn't totally work. How am I gonna do this? Instead, let's try doing it like one. Get rid of Kirby. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Hello? The heck was that? There we go. Why doesn't this work? Why isn't this working? Okay, I'll do it manually. You know what? I want this to work. This is what I have to do. I've been chosen for a calling. And I must make true my ways. So we're gonna go ahead and edit, pop you down. We're gonna grab the back of this thing, make it small. We're going to cut it twice and go 1, 2, 3. You need to go to the side here. You need to go to the other side here. I don't care if they're even or not. Now, I'm going to subdivision surface this. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab this front face right here. I'm going to grab you, pull you up, pull you up. Just like this, okay? What could I be doing right now? Let's see. What crimes have I committed? All right. That's not what I expected to happen. What could be happening right now? What is this? Let's clip the model a little bit because I'm pretty sure Kirby clips his own model. It is a duck foot. It's Kirby with duck feet. So I'll go ahead and add a mirror modifier to this. We'll do X across from Kirby. All right, and I have 20 minutes to make this work. Okay, so let's do the eyes. We'll make the eyes nice and rich. I mean, we're not ever going to process this, right? So this isn't going anywhere. Oh, I'm having trouble with this one. Oh, I'm having trouble with this one. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We must do more. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. We're going to inset a little hole in here. like that. And then we're gonna do one right here. Make it real small. Real skinny. We're gonna grab this little bottom bit right here, bring it down. And it's gonna be pushed back just a little bit. Hold on. No. We want it back to normal, and then we want to extrude in just a little bit. And now I can take that piece and scooch him on down. It looks like pain. Yeah, it's pretty painful. But he's happy. You gotta give him that. He's happy with what's going on. He's accepted his life. He knows that the world is cruel and strange, but he's still smiling. You can't hate the kid for that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and extrude that on in. And I will look at that real quick. Oh. Oh, he's crazy. Oh, he's crazy. Okay. Yep, we're here. We got ourselves a little Kirby. This is what you wanted, right? You wanted a radioactive Kirby? Okay, so let's squish them on down just a little bit. Put the eyes in their sockets. Gib particles? No, I'm not gonna do gore. This is it's just how he looks. The big thing about the eyes is you just gotta resize each eye, and that's really gonna sell the effect. Especially if this one looks like it's just sitting in the socket here. All right, here's our radioactive Kirby so far. He looks like one of those pop ice creams. Yeah, I'm not gonna add gibs though. Gibs are bloody. Okay, so I kind of like this. I think he's okay like this. Here's my thought for particles. I think it might be kind of cool to have him just drool. So let me model him perfectly, and then we'll add that last. You're telling me to add gibs. A gib particle is like blood. There's no way I'm gonna do that. There's a 0% chance this guy's getting gibbed. Alright, so I'm gonna use what we learned today, and we're gonna make a very special look for him. We're gonna give him a color ramp. Oh, gib. I understand. A gib is like when you kill somebody in an FPS. Like when you kill somebody and they turn into a bunch of chunks, that's called gibbing. You got gibbed. Okay, so we want to go the other way. Just like that is perfect. We're gonna rough it out. No roughness. No roughness. We're gonna up our detail a lot. Distortion's gonna go up just a little bit. But the scale is really where this is gonna take its mark. Just like that. Okay, he's got all these wishy-washy, weird little elements to him. So let's choose some colors. We're gonna make him like a nice... Nothing gross. We're not gonna go gross. He's gonna be our nice little boy. Noun. A wood or metal bolt. Wedge. I can't believe I'm being mansplained in my own chat. Okay, we're gonna say that looks about right. Maybe just ever so slightly brighter. Right there. I still want him just a little bit brighter. Oh, I'm joking for the most part, but Joe's trying to teach me what a gib is. Wow. Give me more, Joe. I want more. No, a gib, genuinely. When you're playing a game and you kill somebody and the bloody chunk comes off of somebody, it's called a gib because they don't actually render the body rupturing. They replace the body texture with the shot of the, like, body parts. That's where that terminology comes from. Also, he is very greasy. I think I want to give him sheen, but no no roughness. Fight me? I would love to fight you. I would not love to fight you, because I care very much for you, Doe. But I think it would be very funny if we fought. We've talked about fighting before. There we go. That's my boy. Okay, there's Duckfeet McGee himself. So, let's take this. I think everything else is fine. Yeah, we're going to keep it all just like that. Although the anitropic is not bad. Cool. So this is going to be called Sludge Boy. This is going to be Sludge Boy. Now the eyes. The eyes, they're going to be like Hypno Frog, kind of crazy looking. Making spirals is actually kind of difficult to do, so I'm just going to do the easiest version of it that I can think of. Or it might be kind of nice to give him textureless eyes. I'm going to do that. I like that way more. We're going to go checker pattern. And we're going to go black. And we're going to go hot, bright pink. Full roughness. No specular. No sheen. Black. There we go. And we want the eyes to radiate out just a little bit. Look at that. Sludge Boy TM. Look at this boy. I think that's a good look. I think that's a fun look. Cool. So we're gonna add a little light inside of his stomach. Where is it? We want a point light right inside of there. That's perfect. We're going to use nodes on it. And and all I want to do is remove the color green. -5. That is way too much. -0.5. -0.3. Keep it really nice, really easy. Okay, now I have 10 or 8 minutes to learn how particles work. Here we go. Let's see. We want... What do we want? Add a particle. Emitter. Oh, I see. I get it. Hold on. Let's make an empty. Right here. And we're going to give you... Hello? That doesn't make any sense. Why can you only do particles from a pre-existing... I'm not sure I understand this. Okay, we'll just go for it. I cannot find any reference to these Gib particles you speak of. I will take a moment to look it up just for you. So I want to shoot water out of his mouth, or have him drool. Drool. Drool, I guess, would be like a fluid simulation, right? So let's do another object here real quick. A little tiny icosphere in his throat. Joe, why are you hassling me so much today? You're like, you chose violence today. Alright, so that's a decent place, I think, to put it. So it's going to be fluid. Type is flow. This guy has to have collisions with fluid, I think. Flow type, liquid. Geometry. Flow source. Mesh. Initial velocity. Ooh, I'm not sure about this. Is it even doing anything? Hold on, let's get rid of Kirby real quick. How does this work? We want a domain of liquid. Or do we want... No, I want a flow. I want a liquid flow. I'm not sure if I can get this to work. I don't even understand, like, how we're doing this. The best thing I know how to do. The best thing I can do here. I did. I played the animation a bunch of times. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to put a plane in his mouth. We're going to put a plane in his mouth. And I'm going to give it as much subdivision as possible. Maybe even a little bit more than that. Hopefully my computer doesn't die. And I'm going to make this cloth. We're going to go back to frame 0. And this is going to just fall like that. Okay, so new thought process. Let's go back to frame 1. Let's go back a couple of steps. Check this out. If I go here, we pull this guy up, bring it just a little bit forward. Yeah, this will work. I can live with this. Actually, I could even probably pin that. Yeah, let's pin it. Okay, cool. So let me grab this whole thing, subdivide a whole bunch of times. Let me just pin 2 of these real quick. Boom, you're gonna be called pin. We're gonna grab the whole thing, go into object mode, go to particle. It is now a cloth. We're on frame 1. We're gonna pin. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Property weights, pin group, structure group. Nope, we want pins, pins, pins. Pins is pin. Perfect. Didn't work. It isn't working. Why did pin not work? Structure group is now pin. Strange. Okay, cool. So we'll just take it there. Sure, fine, whatever. Going to nodes. And this now just needs to be super transmissive. It's going to have a random amount of alpha to it. So let's go ahead and grab a noise texture, plug you into our alpha. That didn't really work, now did it? That's strange. Okay, hold on. Let me grab a color ramp. That's very weird. I thought for sure it would just like kind of go nuts. But turns out it doesn't want to. So instead, we'll grab a Musgrave. Musgrave's going to get the same effect for us. There we go. That's about right. Musgrave and a gradient from quadratic gives us just about there. Nah, we're just going to stick with that for now. Just the Musgrave. We're going to detail way up. We're going to dimension way down. Sure. The scale can go up just a little bit. And the whole thing needs to be like nuclear waste. I really want the edges of this to be toned down a little bit. Let's add a color node, mix RGB. It's going to be black, black, and that is going to be determined by geometry, and it's some amount of geometry, and it's going to be a linear light. Hey, that already looks a lot better. There we go. I can live with this. I can live with this a lot. That looks crazy. This can go into yet another color ramp. And this color ramp is going to be this color. And just a little bit of our patented little purple right there. Just to give him a little bit of funk. That looks kind of like blood. I don't love that. So instead, we'll make it like purple purple, like a blue purple. Just like that. There we go. That's our nuclear Kirby. So the particle system didn't really turn out, but otherwise, he is demented. He is a disgusting man. So I hope you're pleased with this one. I'll go ahead and render it out a little bit later today. So this will be just the most cursed thing you've seen in a little bit. You're welcome. So I'm gonna be right back with Abzu. Before I do that, I'm gonna Google some stuff for Joe real quick. So bear with me.